Frankie and Tommy here. Previous episode highlights begin with Keith waking up like the lawn personally apologized.
I got a lot of energy today, man. I feel like I had a good sleep. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm really pleased to tell you. I'm really pleased to tell you, my friend, my brother, somebody who I have lots of love for. I cut the fucking grass yesterday.
1 yard cut, and suddenly he needs Gatorade, respect, and a documentary crew.
Yep, I cut the grass.
You can't go back to this grass thing now. You already fucked it up.
Jon heard lawn victory and turned into a human HOA email with traps and better shoulders.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're like, what's it? And forgive me when I say this, just a phrase. It's like you're a fucking Indian giver. You give something, you take it away. You know, the crazy part is the Indian giver thing is so backwards because it should be a white man giver.
So backwards.
Because the Indians were trustworthy. They were trusting. It should have been the white man giver. You know what I mean?
Fuck, man. I was out cutting the grass yesterday. I was just waiting to tell you that. Oh, I can't wait to tell Anderson. I was actually going to shoot you a video and say, Anderson, I'm fucking cutting. You know what it was, eh? I was getting a bunch of work done. Do you ever feel this way? I was getting a bunch of work done yesterday, and because I work from home, right? And I could see my yard. And I was like, it was driving me fucking nuts. And I was texting people to see if they can come do the yard. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go do it right now. Because I just needed to feel a sense of getting it done so I could move.
Everybody has that one chore screaming from the corner like a tiny unpaid landlord.
It's like probably sometimes you sit at your desk and your desk is a mess and you can't function.
Brother, my desk is never a mess.
Jon probably has abs on his desk. Mine has 3 cables, 2 regrets, and a sandwich receipt.
I believe that. Yeah, and neither is mine. Like, I like to have a clean space, right?
It's a big fucking speech about, I'm going to put my fucking headphones on and go cut the grass. You know, it's just part of who I am. It's such a great thing. What was all that fucking shit about?
That is friendship after 40. Your buddy doesn't listen better, he just saves screenshots.
Well, maybe I have the right to reserve to change my mind.
For me, the biggest issue has been food noise. And, you know, like I would think about food.
Talk about that with me, because Jon...
Cheryl, what we need to do is you need to go to Gen 3, which is Red True Tide, because that literally has part of its action is to massage that addictive center of the brain is the dopamine chasing behavior, and that's what you're describing.
Yeah.
Gen 2, what you're using doesn't have that.
I've been hearing a lot about food noise. I want to hear it from your POV. Educate us that haven't, but what's that mean to you? Like Cheryl Whitaker, what does that mean to you?
That means that on a almost constant basis, my mind is drifting towards the subject of food.
Food noise is your brain yelling, check the fridge, like something new spawned since 11 minutes ago.
So if I'm eating breakfast, I'm already thinking about, what am I going to have for lunch?
Planning lunch at breakfast is how adults pretend they have control over anything.
Really? What am I having for dinner?
Or possibly what else you should have for fucking breakfast, correct?
Yes, correct. And if I'm going out to, we've got date night coming up on the Thursday, and it's Monday, I'm already thinking, what am I going to have for dinner at Sweetwater's?
All right, Cheryl, check this out. We're going to turn that off like a fucking light switch.
Jon says light switch like he found the off button for midnight fridge crimes.
How's that sound? And cut your costs in half.
That part.
Have your man text me.
Okay, all right.
To Jon's point about the iceberg, you do something perceived as small, the loaded dishwasher, and you do that wrong, or you were late, or you used a tone, and then suddenly it's a 2-hour conversation about that. But that's why it's not about that thing, and it's about what's underneath it, and that has provided an opportunity for her to use, and you too, this is not gender specific,
yes,
to get some stuff out, right? So the rule, like the practical rule, is when the size of the reaction does not match the size of the problem, the fight is not about the problem.
Every couple knows this. Nobody is really fighting about the dishwasher. That machine just witnessed the crime.
Oh, it's that ever obvious.
Right. Yeah.
I never thought about it that way, but it's so true. You know, and you said something else, Brianna, that I got to jump into because all of us are married here or have partners on the show here. And I will often say, Brianna, if Lauren and I are getting into a disagreement situation, I'll say, I'm 54 years old. I really don't want to be having this. What am I fighting about this for? That's what I'll often say, Brianna. Not to dismiss it, but it's like just stepping back and kind of going, wait a minute. Like, really? I'm not fucking 20.
At 54, arguing over tone feels ridiculous, like getting pulled over by your own recycling bin.
Are you saying that to yourself or to her?
That question is marriage GPS. Keep it inside your head or enjoy rerouting for 3 business days.
Everybody in the room. Like, I'm saying it out loud. Like, I'm like, are we actually doing this right now? I'm 54. Are we actually, like Cheryl, like you and Dwayne, like I'm 57, I'm 60. Are we actually having this fight right now? Like, it just seems so ridiculous.
Oh yeah, 100,000,000%. But then if he says something like that, I feel dismissed.
Dismissed is the trapdoor. One sentence, and suddenly you're in the basement with your confidence.
I was gonna say I don't know if I would say I'm
Just punched, just viscerally felt, but not entertained. No, not entertained. You're like, what? But Billis, I thought that you were all about entertaining. And I know you're thinking this is kind of strange. Yeah, perhaps, but I mean it. I absolutely mean it. Because entertainment that you all think too small for what we are creating here. Yeah, entertainment is what you use to kill time. Mornings, the habit of the morning. What we do, what you do, what we do collectively is not time to kill. No, think about it, guys. Morning is the beginning of good habits. Morning is the beginning of the day. It actually is the frame. None of us are thinking this way, which is I was really excited to put this on the table here today. Morning is the frame.
Keith made mornings sound like emotional Wi-Fi. Bad signal early, your whole day starts buffering.
It's the first emotional weather system of the day. It's the first voice in your head, the first room, the first signal that comes to you. And if the morning media that you consume, that's over there, that's not on our show, does nothing but mildly entertain you, I gotta think that the content is failing.
If you want this chaos, watch the previous episode. Keep coffee close. The full show is up. spend 30 years being the paycheck, the title, the provider.
Then one day the work changes.
And suddenly you're standing there thinking, who the fuck am I now?
Today, we're talking about the financial identity crisis men don't admit until it's already eating them alive. Only on Mornings in the Lab.
Good morning, nation. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. We got Jimmy on the buttons, we got Kai on the buttons, and of course we got our very own producer Neiman out there making sure the words sound as good as I look this morning. We got Dwayne and Rico doing the fucking arm wrestle for who's gonna own the baby boomer token. He is toothless and proud. His name, Matt Roof. Talk to John's the bullshit professor. Kai's the shit professor. Brianna, you're always teaching me, man, every single Tuesday. Nation, you will not find this kind of knowledge anywhere on the planet to start your day other than Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. What problems. We had some big tornadoes in Manitoba last night. Oh, tornadoes everywhere, up the street, down the street, to the left, to the right. I had tornado warning after tornado warning. I thought I was in an alert. My iPhone was going off all last night. Tornado Alley here in Mornings in Winnipeg. I got up and walked into the studio and everything was, so I got in here early. I set it all up, but then it wasn't set up. It's like, oh, shoot. I got to reset the whole thing. So apologies for the delay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. It is the big old Wednesday. It is June 10th, and we are deep in the week now. Hey, guys, the world changed last night. And y'all didn't even know about it. I'm going to talk about it coming up this morning on the big show we call Mornings in the Lab, Keith and Friends. Yes, what am I talking about? Mythos, Fable 5. Yes, is the singularity here? Yes, it is. Oh, baby. Hey, yesterday, Brianna sat down with us. We hung out with Brianna. We talked about fighting in relationships. It was an awesome conversation. If you guys missed it yesterday, I invite you to go back and hang out with myself, Jon, Brianna, and Cheryl Whitaker. We got into the big conversation. Hey, if you're fighting with your wife, are you fighting because of the dishwasher, or are you fighting because there's other challenges happening out there? That was the big conversation we had yesterday on with Brianna, myself, and Johnny. And then coming up today, guys, we got a bunch of big things. Hey, what's the financial idea? What happens after 50? What happens after 40, 60? All of a sudden, you're like, I'm not making the income I used to make. And you kind of go through a resetting of, do I want to go chase more income? Am I happy with what I'm making? Am I settled with what I'm making? We're going to talk about the financial identity crisis that nobody talks about after 50. Yeah, do you have enough? Are you living for 30, 40, 50 years? Not running out of money, running out of the man you thought the money made you? Think about it, guys. In your 30s and 40s, you're hustling and making the cash and spending the dough and enjoying it. And then maybe you get up a little, maybe you age a little bit and you're like, I got kind of like fixed income maybe. It's just those kind of conversations that we have to have. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Cheryl Whitaker. She's going live here in about 22 minutes over on It Starts With Joy right here on the Mornings in the Lab live network. Like I said, guys, the world changed last night. Nobody's knowing about it, but it's not lost upon me. It's June. We're midway through 2026 here. And man, the next 6 months in the world of artificial intelligence and society and singularity and humanity is going to be crazy, and the seeds were planted last night. I'll tell you right now, guys, to those that are paying attention and those that aren't, well, that's fine. We're going to see the gap accelerating over the next 6 months between the players and not players. So if you're looking to play in the world of building business, in the world of AI, the line was drawn in the sand yesterday, and the line is going to be drawn again on June 22nd. So if you're not willing to play, here's my advice. Go kiss your husband. Go kiss your wife. Go spend time with your kids. Because the world of AI is going to get much more complicated and much more crazy with the launch of Fable 5 Mythos last night, yesterday with Anthropic. And I had a chance to play with it. Woo! Game mother changer. Like I said, man, if you're just dabbling, you might as well just go back to 2023. Yeah, 100, or go back and pick up the encyclopedia. The time for dabbling has actually stopped. And I'll tell you something else that's over too. The $20, the $40, I got my Chat GPT subscription. You might as well go invest in encyclopedias. Like, honest to God, with what happened yesterday, man, oh my goodness. All right, what's on the table today? Hey. You know that. So listen, I'm proud of myself on creating this morning magazine for the generation that we call next, the baby boomers out there, and we got content. We got content all over the planet. Some of the stuff I got on the stage today, I got some words to wisdom. We're going to talk to Peptide Desk with myself and Anderson. I got a hot take. So we would all agree that the internet changed the world. And we would all agree that I suspect that AI is going to change the world. I think that there's a conversation around the fact that GLPs may also be changing the world without even us knowing it. I'm going to talk about that conversation with Anderson later on in the show. And hey, how about this? You guys remember Judas Priest? Oh my goodness. I got an epic spot I got to put on the table to show you guys this morning. A little bit of Rob Halford, some Judas Priest, and I discovered a brand new sport that I might nominate Keith and Johnny to get into. Yep. In today's WTF, I'm super excited to show you guys a brand new sport that Keith and John are going to get into, I suspect, coming up in the near future. And of course, as I was saying, this morning magazine week, great. I always pride myself in trying to find some really cool, fun shit for all of us to get into. And we would agree that the war in the Ukraine has changed how the world fights. And now drones are just attacking people left and right everywhere. Well, I found a really cool clip about how you might want to hide from a drone. Just in case you're out and about someday and you're like, oh, I got to hide from a drone. Yeah, true story. So I got something to show you guys out there this morning as well. Good morning, Holroyd. Good to see you out there. Hey, Adam. Did you get a chance to play with Mythos last night? Or Fable 5, I should say. Are you curious about it? I logged into Perplexity. And so I dabbled a little bit in Claude yesterday. And today I logged into Perplexity. And sure enough, the model is there. And I am jacked. You know why I'm jacked? Because Visa is happy today. Because Visa is going to be getting a lot of credits from me today. I'm going to just be fucking boom, 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 boom. Yep. Oh, yeah. I probably spent a couple grand today, I suspect. Yeah, I'm preparing my anxiety for all the dollars I'm probably going to spend building today and teaching myself, and seeing how that's gonna change. And hey, I tried to get into the penis parasite conversation yesterday, but kind of ran out of time. So if we got time, we might get into that conversation as well. But hey, enough of me. It's time. I was waiting for Jimmy to comment on that one. Guys, guess what happens now? The morning loop, it starts right now.
Good morning, nation. Preston, why is that lawnmower parked outside like it needs a lawyer?
Because Chief gave a grass speech. Then the yard basically said, cool story, start the damn mower.
The big dog didn't hate the mowing. He hated the motivational seminar before a single blade got touched.
Exactly. Don't promise lawn greatness while the neighbors can still hear the weeds talking shit.
Commitment is sexy. Announcing it too early is how a grown man gets audited before breakfast.
So mow first, preach later. That's Winnipeg Lawn Law now. Let's start the morning loop.
I love you guys. Ever since Google dropped Omni last week or 2 weeks ago, we have this ability to explore more environments and more worlds, and I'm loving where the team is taking it and creating some really fun content out in the real world with Sterling and Preston. Hey, coming up today, Cheryl Whitaker dropping into Starts with Joy. 9 o'clock, we got Adam House. We got Paul Reedner, and we got Joshua Kent dropping in with What the Truck, the experience platform. Guys, they're heading to Detroit in later on this month. They're doing a really cool experience, helicopter flying, racing cars. It is an experience for the business guy that just wants to get off the golf course and wants to do some high-end exceptional stuff. So go check out whatthetruck.live. Adam, Paul, and Josh are going to take you guys on an exceptional experience. Speaking about exceptional experiences, I love spending every single day with this guy creating exceptional experiences Monday through Friday live. His name is John Anderson. Well, we know I need a grass cutter.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that one.
You know what? There's actually a dude driving down my street, Johnny, in that tractor yesterday. I was like, holy fuck. Seriously, I was working. I look at my mirror. A glimpse shows up on my computer screen. There's a dude just hauling ass down my street in his fucking lawnmower, just like you were this morning.
So you'd look at that.
Yes.
And you go, okay, little bit of a weirdo, right?
Yes.
And then you look at the guy that's going backwards in his fucking Jeep and you think, a little bit of a weirdo.
Oh, fuck, brother. Oh, you know what's funny? I was spending some time with the business dude yesterday, working on, I think, closing some business, Anderson. And I got to be honest with you, man, because what I'm going to say next, we are not changing. That's not what I'm saying to you. But there's this funny disconnect, right? Because it's like, so we want to do some business with you guys, but you guys got a zany show in the morning. I'm like, yeah, we sure do. It's a zany show in the morning.
Well, so think like this. So our show,
yes,
let's compare it to my coaching company.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
People come in and they say things like, yeah, I want to get in shape, but I don't necessarily want to be like you.
Yes.
And so, of course, my inner thought is what's good because you probably can't. But the point is that, this is like a path that I chose to follow way down to the end of it.
100%.
So most people will just go a little bit till they get to the point of the path where they're happy and then they stop.
Bingo. 100%.
So it's like, yeah, you could you could have a fucking Bible thumping show if you want. You could go the polar opposite direction if you want to. We're just showing you how far you can push the limits and still be good.
Absolutely. 100%. And it's been fun, man, because and here's one thing I think that we both agree about each other. We're men of principles, and we have our principles, and I think there's not everybody does. I would suggest, and we got our values, we got our principles, and I know we are not for everyone. But for those that we are for, we'd love to have you hanging out with us every single Monday through Friday with Keith and Jon. Dude, so I got some fun stuff for us today. And
remind me to tell you about something else that we can have some fun with on the show, peptide-wise.
Yeah, oh yeah, let's go right now. So here's a question for you. True story, and actually came because of what happened last night. So, Anthropic. So I'm gonna nerd out with you on two things. So I nerd out about AI stuff. You nerd out about peptides. We're gonna get together on it, which is perfect. So, hey Anderson, when me as a client, hypothetically, work with you, do I get like a client portal or something where I could see what I'm buying, my stacking, my
what are you talking about?
So I'm sorry. So if I wanted to engage with you as a client and get into the peptide business and purchase some peptides from you and learn from you and be taught, right? And learn. Do I get like a portal that I can log into where you and I can connect and it shows my product, it shows it's almost like my central space. Does that make sense to you? Like a web portal.
It's really just the central space is no. Okay. It's more of my deal is, so think what you're talking about. I mean, and it's going this way.
Yeah.
But it kind of follows almost like the app. People are fucking tired of this shit. That they want some organic man-to-man or person-to-person, it's female communication, not go log in here and go look up your shit.
Yes.
Come to me and I tell you exactly what to do. And I give you titration schedules, all that kind of stuff for you. It's not what you're talking about is Cellular Advantage Academy, where people can go in there and learn all they want, but it's not dedicated to a one-on-one relationship.
No, so I'm talking a little bit of both because of what happened last night. So on the technology side of things, they dropped some new technology yesterday that Ben might be interested in for you. I was thinking about you, that there might be some.
I think what I'm trying, I don't think you're hearing me all the way. People don't want this centralized space, the app thing. They're tired of that.
No, that's not what I'm suggesting to you. You're not hearing me actually. So what I'm saying is that if I'm going to engage with you as a client, there's questions I have, there's things I'm going to want to purchase. There's results, there's data.
That's our communication thread.
Yeah. So what was released yesterday might give you some abilities to do more with me as a client and monetize my relationship with you. That's all I'm saying, is that you might be able to build some personalized things for your customers that you weren't able to do a couple of days ago. Not apps, personalized experiences for me and your customers that were enabled by some of the tools that were released yesterday.
I'd be curious to see what they are, but I think what I'm trying to get now was app centralized space.
Yeah.
People don't want that. People want this.
Yeah, no, I get you, but I want this, but I also want a space that I can get my information from.
Well, you do, but
Yes.
you're talking about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not what we deal with.
So
people are tired of that. Don't fucking put me over here. Don't because I like to coach. I'm selective who I'm with.
Yeah.
And the questions they ask, am I going to get passed off to an app? Am I going to get passed off to another client? Am I going to get passed off to all they want to know is they got this.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're misunderstanding me because I'm not suggesting passing me to an app. That's not what I'm saying at all. I want you, but I want to know that my stuff is that I got a central spot with you.
Well, that's your communication thread.
Yeah. So what is that? Like an inbox or something?
It's on Signal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's your messaging application. Yeah. So it's a messaging app. Yeah. I got you.
They're never having to go log in here to go do that. No, right here.
Yeah. I got you.
It's the simplest thing. That's what they want.
Got you.
Because there are tons of variations of what I do that veer outside of this. Like we were developing an app. It was even kind of a covert app. It wasn't going to be but just hear what I'm saying. It was a covert app. It wasn't because we knew the app thing was. And as we started testing it, people had fucking zero interest in this thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude, apps are dying, man. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be building an app either.
Well, but again, it didn't look like an app. It was a thing where we sent you a link. You got to get in. It was like your little portal.
Oh, I see.
Your information was there. It didn't look like an app. We purposely went away from it. You couldn't download it. We had to give you a link. People had zero interest in it.
They just wanted to connect directly. Give me John's connection. I want to talk to John directly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a market for this, but just not my people.
I get you. Yeah, 100%. Totally get it. Absolutely. Hey,
whether it be an app or a centralized space, it's all kind of fits into that. And maybe it's not. Maybe it is different, but people's perception is, oh, it's this.
Yeah, no, when you said Signal, that's all I needed to hear. Yeah, because I understand that. Yeah, that's really all I needed. Because I'm thinking, again, myself, I want that central spot. I want to be able to connect with you, learn from you, know I can understand stuff from you, but also be able to get stuff from you. So,
it's literally, so I guess we were talking about the same thing. I think what threw me off was you said centralized space.
Yeah,
information and this, that, and the other, which I guess when I think of a communication thread, I just think of communicate. Maybe you could title that centralized space.
Yeah, no, same thing, 100%. I get it, absolutely. Yeah.
Knowing you, when I hear the word centralized space, I think fucking gadgets and this and that.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking. No, actually, I was trying to simplify it for you, which is I want one spot to connect with John Anderson. I didn't realize you had it with Signal.
I will make a kind of a fun ongoing bet.
Yeah.
Just for fun for you and I challenge you to try to find something that I could simplify more.
Than what?
Than what I already have it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're really good at what you do, but simple is not part of your simple is 3-4 things down, not too far that it get lost.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's not. I see me, the simple eats up fucking 80% of the totem pole. There's nothing. I mean, you gotta if you're looking at my totem pole, you gotta thumb it twice to get down to the next level of importance.
The simple man, the simple coach, John Anderson and Keith Mills this morning. I'm Morning in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Johnny, so let's get right into this one, man. So this is fascinating to me. So
before you remind me about the peptide thing, I'll tell you.
100%. This is actually this links.
Oh, this is the segue.
This is kind of it kind of goes there. So it syncs back to it. So we would agree the internet changed the world, no question about it.
Oh, like in a way we didn't, almost as much as birth control did,
right? And I'm thinking the same thing's happening with AI. Well, something else has happened in the last couple of years that I suspect is changing the world around us, but we're really not observing in the same direct way. And this fellow, I don't want to steal his thunder because this guy put it out better than I did. I want to run this clip for Jimmy. I'm just going to run here for us, and I'm going to put it up here, Jimmy, so we can talk about it.
Now, what if I tell you that I think GLP-1 drugs are bigger than the internet? Seriously, I want you to hear me out here. So the internet changed how we communicate, right? The smartphone that I'm talking to you on changes how we interact. But what if GLP-1 medications change how humans experience desire itself? Now, according to a KFF poll, about 1 in 8 Americans are currently, right now, on a GLP-1 medication. Think about that. 1 out of 8 people you see. Like, dude, looking around my neighborhood, a bunch of people are on GLP-1s. That's 12%. Now I want to see you stop thinking about how skinny they're going to be and how freaking much weight they're going to lose. I want you to think bigger than that, dude. What happens when suddenly millions of people eat less, drink less, crave less, impulse buy less, dude? Researchers are even studying links between the medications of GLP-1 and reductions in substance abuse and alcohol abuse. So let's think about this ripple effect, dude. What happens to fast food? Alcohol companies, snack foods, dude.
You know where he's going with it. It's hard to argue with some of that, Anderson. And you've been in this and you're seeing it. So I really want to hear your point of view on this. It's hard to argue with that perspective.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I think a couple of things.
Yeah.
It's, it's crazy you brought that up because I just heard something about AI and falling into this life-changing thing as well. But is AI, not that I want to change the subject, but is AI going to turn into a .com bubble? That's what I thought. Holy shit. Didn't think about that. Yeah. Anyway, so this one, 100%. I think the one, my guess would be, and keep in mind, it'll keep evolving. So 100%. What I'm going to mention will probably get taken away, but there's a certain point of the average person uses these things in a way that backs them into a corner.
Yes.
Makes sense. Meaning they use it from the standpoint of just eating less, right? And so granted, yes, all he's talking about is the front end of this thing for sure.
Yeah.
All of this really cool stuff. But then what happens is as people eat less, they become now malnourished. They start developing fucking mental issues.
Yes.
Now we got all these now we got a whole different breed of fucking people that, they're, I call it skinny fat.
I know.
Right. They're skinny fat. They're fucking mentally like those last year, this guy came to me, he'd lost like 60 or 80 pounds off tirzepatide.
Yeah.
Right. Fucking dead tired. He was just scared to fucking death. And it was just, what are you scared of? Everything. Well, give me an example. Because I'm afraid if I walk to the top of the stairs, I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm afraid if I cross the street, I'm going to get hit by a bus. His brain had put him in such a fucking survival setting.
Oh my God.
It was just trying to get him to fucking sit still and do nothing.
Yeah.
That's ultimate conservation.
Yes.
So the front end of what this dude is talking about is absolutely true, but we're also going to end up with a lot of people stuck in this, which then, it's kind of trading, stealing Peter and giving to Paul. Now, if people would learn how to do it in a way that didn't cause all these other problems, we would have something kind of like the internet. If the internet was used for good, it would have been one thing. But then the next thing all this fucking scamming and dark web pops up. So there's he's only talking about the good side of the knife.
Well, and so it's hard to, it's fascinating, isn't it? You think of a place like Vegas. Like, just think of Vegas for a second. Like, Vegas is built on everything that he talked about at Impacts, right? And just kind of speaking with some hyperbole here for a second. All of a sudden, less people go to Vegas. They're drinking less, eating less, gambling less, or to your point, walking around like, forgive me, skinny fat zombies that are mentally all messed up. Like, it's hard to argue that we are going through some changes with these drugs in the world.
It's also starting to separate the character of people.
Yes.
Because there's the guy that says, I'm not going to fucking change what I eat. I'm just going to eat less.
Yeah.
And there's the guy that's like, holy shit, this is actually giving me an opportunity to change my life. Yeah. Those people will be okay.
Yes.
Kind of like the people that saw the internet, like, fuck, I can start a business worldwide now.
Yeah.
Versus the other guys like, holy shit, I can start stealing credit card numbers.
True
That's
story.
the guy that says, well, fuck, I'll just eat McDonald's twice a day rather than 4 times a day.
Yeah.
So he's absolutely correct on one side of the coin, but there's two sides of every knife or coin, kind of like the internet, Yeah,
I know. It's just, what I enjoyed about it, because it was It's one of those obvious things, but yet not so obvious, because it's all over the world now, and it certainly is. Oh yeah, okay. What's this going to impact going to be? And you and I even we talked about a few months ago how some restaurants in New York City, Johnny, were having to redo their menus. Remember I was telling you, because they're like, people were eating less, and they're like, I don't want the 8-ounce steak anymore. I only need the 4-ounce steak kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's been interesting.
And the thing about it is, I mean, at least things will continue to get better, but I guess when it comes down to what people are going to start to realize is that extraordinarily powerful tools that can be used for a lot of good, but I need to understand how to use them. And they're going to start to see the separator of the people who, it's like, I'm sure in the internet world, early on, I was so removed from it. There were people that were just fucking benefiting unbelievably.
Yes.
And there were people that were trying and losing.
Well,
because they're the ones that didn't understand how to use the tool properly.
So are you in my head right now? What a great segue, because it just happened yesterday, Anderson, again. So Anthropic, one of the big, so here's where I get to nerd out with you and teach you a little bit. So I learned from you on the peptide side. So yesterday, Anthropic, one of the big AI frontier models, dropped their big model yesterday.
What does that mean? The big model?
Yeah, like their brand new
version of AI or their Claude or whatever.
Exactly, John. So the new Claude was dropped yesterday, the new one.
Okay.
And it's the one that was a month ago banned from the governments because it was nation state hacking. Like, it's got that much power. Like, we're talking Terminator kind of shit. So I'm making some exaggerative points just to make a point. But that dropped last night with some guardrails on it, because they're like, okay, it's pretty fucking ferocious. We need to put some guardrails on it. So they did. But my point is, it dropped last night. I'm going to suggest to you that the next 6 months, you're going to start seeing what you just talked about on the internet, when it was like those that are going to play, because it's going to get pretty expensive, are going to build successful businesses. Those that aren't going to play are going to get left behind. You're going to start seeing the gap. Just like when the internet first started coming out, and those that really embraced it and built, ran with it, and those that didn't got left behind. I suspect what happened yesterday, the same thing's going to happen. The model they dropped yesterday, super powerful, like game-changing, kind of world-changing, crazy shit-changing, actually. Scary.
Yeah, then the question is, though, is how long does it, because there's like loose peptides, there was a cult of people that were benefiting from these things, and nobody knew, because it was so small.
Yeah, well, that's
so then the question is, with this thing coming out, how long will it take before the general public will realize, holy shit, it's taken a turn? So it started happening last night, because it started trickling out, and people were like, holy shit, it can do that. Oh my God, it can do that. So that's why, I might even just drop Ben a note later today to say, hey, Ben, go sniff over there, because I don't want you to be left behind. True story. Well, and so it's the people that are already sniffing that are the ones that are going to, but look at all the people that are not sniffing.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. But I know you're the one who likes to be
for sure.
Right. So that's why I'm saying to you in advance, I'm going to go put a nod in Ben's ear that there's some stuff he should go. What I'm learning, I want to teach him so that he can keep you guys ahead.
I love that, brother. I love that. And we're the people that are sniffing.
Well, yes.
We're really talking about the people that are not sniffing.
Yes.
How long is it going to take before?
Bingo.
This peptide's the same way.
Yes.
Well, here's the crazy thing. What he said, 1 in 12, I think he said.
12%, 1 in 80, Johnny. 12%.
So, but how many of those people know it's a peptide? Very few.
Dude, fuck me, man. I was having I got to calm my excitement down.
GLP-1.
Dude,
is it a peptide? No, it's a GLP-1.
Dude, I had a meeting with a fucking doctor yesterday. Yeah. And he's like, I was talking about this exact thing. And he didn't really realize that GLP-1s were peptides.
That's what I'm saying. He's a fucking doctor.
Dude, I was like, what?
Good.
No, honestly, Anderson, he drove out of my yard, and I kind of walked into my house. I was scratching my head going, did I just have that conversation? Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and John. Hey, so we would agree. We're going to come back to peptides and get into. We got a bunch of things.
Well, I got to fucking find Jesus Christ. I got to finally say what I'm never going to say. Remind me to you again. You realize you suck.
I was going to fucking tell you.
You were going to fucking forget.
No, I had something.
Oh yeah, I'm going to say it next. This is a perfect segue.
You bitch.
So we know that we're going to have our segment. We know that we're going to have our link, all that kind of good stuff. Well, now we've actually created, read between the lines, everyone, a weekly wellness giveaway.
Oh, nicely done.
So every week you can enter to win a prize.
Oh, nice.
And once this, so you put, all you got to do is plug in your email. You'll get an email back in 10 seconds. And it'll explain what's going on. And you'll love it. But the point of being is, it's just one more way to help people understand a little bit about what's going on. And more importantly, raise awareness and let people kind of discover.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the awareness and discovery. That's clearly what needs to continue happening for folks, is awareness.
And for people that are already in the world, they'll get some pretty cool prizes, because every week.
Love it. That's
We're
awesome.
We're going to give away a bottle of wellness every week.
A bottle of wellness, courtesy of the wellness master himself, John Anderson. Hey, so the war over in Ukraine has changed the world as well, just on how armies and people fight. And this is kind of neat, because I never even thought about this, but drones have changed how people fight. Look at this training on how you fight from a drone. This is some Chinese training. You hide around a pole. Think about that, right? Because just use some logic.
It can't run into it. It's got to try to get you and not the pole.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of neat. And this is just discovered because of what's happening over there in Europe, right? And it was like, how do we defend from a drone? You got to hide like by a telephone pole. And I saw, it was like, and to your point, it's like, duh, but it makes sense, doesn't it? Really?
Dude, one of my ex-clients, and I actually it was from a couple of years ago, but he basically retained me as kind of a consultant.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so we do a call every month, and it's primarily now he just learned about peptides. We have these crazy fun conversations, but check this out.
Yeah.
He's in like a special ops. He started off in, I can't remember which leg of the military, but he just worked his way into one of these teams and he runs a team now. So it goes him, his supervisor, which is a general. Then it goes to a civilian general, which I don't know exactly, probably a retired general, then the president. So the fucking guy is fourth when the orders come down, he's fourth on the totem pole. Then he takes his team and goes and executes shit. And dude, he's always telling me about, they're always training for stuff. Yeah. And he can't tell me, but I'm sure it's stuff like that. He goes, lately they've been putting us on more training ops, because he'll say, hey, I'm not going to be available for a week. Oh, and they'll just be fucking off training. They're learning, because they're constantly learning. He goes, they are just constantly stuffing us with new information now, new this, new that, new the other. And probably got a lot to do with stuff we just looked at.
Yeah.
All these new different ways that they've got to learn to fight and defend themselves, because they're a recovery team. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So goes, when something needs to be brought home, they call us.
Oh, yeah.
It's not people. It's things, though.
Things. Oh, I see.
Things,
I get you.
Not people.
Well, allegedly and apparently there's a fighter jet or a helicopter shot down, I guess, yesterday, and they went and captured the pilot with a drone boat. So again, these tools that weren't available years ago that they're using now, right? And then just up the road from you in California last month, John, they were doing some special operations like in a neighborhood. That's like your buddy's talking about, right? Where they go and do things that they don't even tell you about, right? So,
thinking of this whole drone thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago when we had all these fucking crazy lights and sightings around, all over the place. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that.
That had to be drones, I would have to imagine.
You know what? You're fucking right. Yeah. That's got to have been it. Because back to your buddy, doing things that nobody's talking about, they got to test somewhere, right? To your point, and that's probably exactly what that was. Now you say that out loud here.
Well, think about this. What a fucking great dry run to see how fucking panicked or not the public would get with this.
That's exactly it. That's part of it, isn't it? Speaking of panic, man, last night here in Winnipeg, it was Brookie's birthday. We celebrated her birthday. We had some folks.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
It was fun. We went for dinner and we got her a 3D printer. She was pretty excited about that. She's like, she loves to make shit. She
cool, bro.
She makes stuff. Like Johnny comes home one day. She's like, hey Keithy, walks by me. I'm like, where's Brooks? She's in her fucking bedroom making some fucking greenery plant thing. She takes these things and makes shit. So it's funny.
Creativity is running strong, baby.
Yeah. So it's funny that Johnny, you'll appreciate it. Lauren wanted to get her an Apple Watch, and I was like, and I said no.
That's handicapping her creativity.
Well, you know what it was, pal? I love Lauren, and it wasn't like no, but it was like I said no. I made the mistake twice already. She was, what do you mean? I said I bought it for Carter. It was a mistake. Bought it for Piper. It was a mistake. I don't want to do it with Brookie. She's too young. She's too creative. She wants to make. She wants to create. Let's get her something she can. She's 10. Let's get her something she can use and create. So we bought her the 3D printer instead of the Apple Watch. I understood why mom wanted to track and get and all that. I understand that, but I was like, and so that's what we got. It was a 3D printer.
Dude, I fucking bought my 2 youngest girls
Yeah.
watches when they were, I don't know, about that age.
Yeah.
These fucking things went in the drawer real quick.
I know.
I was like, what the fuck, man?
Well, that was.
I mean, literally, dude. It was just the other day. Fucking, the middle one was home, and she was. Yes. I said, "Hey, kiddo," I said, "You got a closet full of stuff that you brought home from college. You haven't gone through any of it. Just go, just kind of do a clean sweep and figure out what we can take to the Goodwill." Because I mean, some of the stuff is from like fucking high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the things that she fucking pulled out was the fucking goddamn watch. I'm like, fuck, man. And these things at the time were they were more expensive back then than they are now.
Oh, I love it.
You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah.
When they were fresh.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. What's up, Roofy? Good to see you out there, brother. Let's grab a coffee today, Roofy, if you got some time. Got my account yesterday. I'm so far behind, but I'm jumping in harder now. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, guys, just a reminder, if you've been snoozing, so I haven't shared this with Johnny yet because Keith and John like to have some fun with his brother. So I haven't showed this, but lately, dude, somebody's snoozing since the beginning of the year. Look at this, man. They are actually a day behind now, like a button. Like just like a fucking button, John, just laying there for 9 minutes, like an actual full day of your life wasted. Like, and I know we both roll our eyes and because this is not our life, but just to the average person, like look at your life just wasting away. Seriously, man, 100%.
You know, when we talk about it was I can't remember his last name, Jimmy Maivia or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Talking about Dr. Dre's Beats partner.
Oh, Jimmy Iovine, yeah, 100%.
There we go.
Yeah.
So he said something.
Yeah.
I think I'm fucking finally getting a grip on. What he said was, and I heard this like a fucking decade ago, and I wasn't really ready to execute at that point because I was like, okay, but I want this planted in my head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And he said that the habits that create your success are the same habits that are really hard to unlearn so you can enjoy your success. And I got to say, man, because I'm like almost, it's almost unhealthy how I protect my time. Like literally, I'll give you an example. Like when I'm mixing my peptides,
yeah.
My brain will be like, no, you do like this, and you take one trip to the trash. The trash is fucking right behind me. My brain is calculating how to save seconds in this process.
Yes.
And it does that through my whole fucking life.
Yes.
Now, it's been very, very helpful.
Yes.
But it's also been not helpful when it comes to, okay, now I'm going to sit down and do nothing because it goes against that fucking hyper calculation.
Yes.
So finally, I can honestly say this year, I am making fucking progress with, okay, I'm going to fucking bust my ass. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to enjoy my day until this time. Then I'm going to fucking
reap the rewards. I'm
going to fucking change that gear. And I'm actually having some fucking success with it.
You are.
Yeah, which is fucking big because, I was honestly starting to question, God damn it, am I ever going to really overcome this?
So what you're talking about is I think what you're saying to me is like an inability to, I'll choose the word relax without having a reason to not relax is what you're saying, right? So it's like, okay, I want to relax and I want to enjoy the fruits of all my hard work without my brain telling me I should be doing something. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, 100%. And so it's coming down to recognizing that, hey, let this habit run free.
Yes.
But just let it run free during the time that it's supposed to run free. So that's how I kind of compartmentalized how to make it work. When I say compartmentalize, like, okay, I don't want this to go away because like what I can do in a short period of time is fucking pretty nuts.
Yes.
But what I need to do is when the time, like that's why a book is key. At a certain point, if I write something down, bow. So I'm finally getting good at like I've noticed like when I'm out at the beach, I used to have a fucking hard time. Like if I wasn't it was like I'd disconnected from business.
Yeah.
But I was still like, okay, well, I'm going to fish. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And my brain's calculating, well, fuck, you just make one trip over to the dock with a chair. Dude, you know what I mean?
Wait, so you tease me about my cutting grass thing? That's kind of why I was doing that, because if I don't, I just fucking work. So I'm like, okay, I got to find a way to relax. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll relax by cutting the grass. But then I get on the neurotic too, going, okay, if I go straight this way, straight that way, go this way, cut off 3 seconds here. And then so it's like my brain kind of does the same thing, which is, fuck, I got to find a way just to,
And I think part of that too, brothers, like what you said, I'm going to put something in my ears. I'm going to listen to something.
Yes.
That's part of the fucking feeding that old habit.
Like,
I'm now going out to the beach, sitting in a fucking chair with a cigar, purposely, no phone, no agenda, just sitting with myself and my own thoughts.
It's funny
things just slow down.
It's interesting because you're right. When I put the headphones in to teach myself and educate myself, I'm going back.
Nothing fucking changes.
No, you're right. It just stop moving. Yeah, that's funny, the awareness, right? Because like, wait a minute, no, just be quiet in the brain. Yeah,
yeah, and that's really what it is. It's trying to create that you say quiet, calm, plenty of adjectives to go with it, but I think I'm finally fucking getting a grip on this shit.
I love that you're sharing that. It's funny when you talk about your neuroticisms. So when I unload the dishwasher, I play a game the same way, Anderson. It's because like the dishwasher here, the cupboard here, I'm like, okay, so how many? Okay, it took me 3 steps to move these 4 plates. My brain's okay. How much more efficient can I make it next time? Like I've had to work really hard to be not as perhaps neurotic system focused like you and even Lauren is, because I don't say really bad, but I've been that way too my life. I've had to work hard at slowing some of these neuroticisms down. And
the only reason I can't relate to that exact story is because I can't fucking remember the last time I emptied a dishwasher.
Well, but I look at it as a game though. So funny though. Okay, so I'll walk to
you can continue to play these games that don't do anything for you all by yourself.
Yeah, no, but I'll go get a cup of water. Okay, so can I unload the dishwasher in like in 97 seconds before my next thing gets done over here? And it's just this ridiculous games I play. I'll get a cup of water as the thing's filling. Can I do this, do this, do this? And
I'll let you play these games by yourself that don't have to be played. If I'm playing that game, there's a direct connection to production.
You're hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab. Johnny, I got a sport for you and I to sign up for.
Well, the part that scares him, it says you and I.
Yes.
I want to know what it is. What's the relationship within this sport? If it's something used to do with Bobo, you're not signing me up.
Well, Nation, I want your ears on the screen for this one. A brand new sport coming to the show. I'm going to sign Keith and John up. It is, well, check this out. Synchronized walking. Watch this. This is actually a sport in Sweden, I think. So these girls are warming up. There we go. That's the sport.
Again. Back to what I originally said.
Like, what the hell is that? I know we laugh about people moving. Synchronized walking with your arms moving at the same pace and walking around and moving shit, man. I love it, man. That is awesome. Hey, I'll get some more.
Speaking of walking, brother, check this out. I had this epiphany last night when I was in the shower.
Yes. Oh, in the shower, an epiphany in the shower.
Well, I was actually Tara and I were in the shower because we had an engagement yesterday that started at 3 p.m.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
three to bedtime.
When did the epiphany come?
Right when we always get cleaned up first.
Okay. Yeah.
And we always it's kind of nice. We just catch up and talk about whatever the day and just bullshit as we're kind of getting ourselves ready.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, I have a mandatory nap every day, which is great, right? But what I don't have is a mandatory walk.
Oh.
I was like, because I wake up after my nap and there's always about that 15, 20 minutes where I'm kind of getting my wheels started to turn again.
Yeah.
What a fucking perfect time to just go out fucking side and take a quick fucking walk. I'll just literally just fucking throw on some board shorts after my nap, is usually after my nap, I wear board shorts because at some point I'll be going outside, but just taking a quick walk outside. But it's that second bit of movement because it's almost like I do 2 days in one.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Day one, then usually I take that nap. Then day two, obviously the same day.
Yes.
But I wake up it's like I wake up and to a certain extent, I kind of go through the same preparations mentally. I just am not quite as formal about it. So why not get a little bit of exercise right there?
It's brilliant. So you're going to make that part of your daily routine?
Starts today.
Nicely done, brother. Yeah. It's part of my daily. I go for at least 30 minutes. Just there's no reason. Why it's 30? It's an easy number for me. I find myself, there's no reason I can't find 30 minutes in a day to go for a walk, whether it's on the treadmill around the house. I
find myself wanting to go outside more.
Okay.
Well, fuck. Let's, a lot of times I'll go outside and I love the kind of that 9 o'clock-ish morning sun.
Yeah. Yes.
Sit out there and do some check-ins and stuff. But there's a difference between going outside and actually moving in the sun versus going out and sitting.
Absolutely.
And I feel because I get my movement done so early in the day.
Yes.
It's a long fucking time. I think a second bit of movement will really help my overall existence.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm sure it will be 100%. Listen, it's not going to go in the opposite, right? We know that it's not going to go backwards. So, I got some words of wisdom. Check this out. I think we both had. So I was thinking about you and I grabbed this one. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. And this comes completely out of your brains of when everybody's going that direction, I'm going to go in that direction.
Hence the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Hey, okay. We're going to go from Backstreet Boys to this. Remember these guys.
Looks like a punk rock band.
No, you know who that is.
That's Judas Priest.
Yes, Rob Halford and Judas Priest, man.
Yeah.
So I was, I remember, I loved Judas Priest growing up, and I remembered Rob Halford was an idol of mine.
We found out he was gay later, didn't we?
That was my point I was going to make, which was that was the first time.
I think I liked him more when I found that out.
Me too, dude. What are we, the same person? When I learned that,
I think we liked him more for different reasons, but yeah. That was a good one, dude.
That was a good one. but I got to tell you, I think that was like my first experience as a growing man with, that's a gay dude. And the fact that it was so masculine band, like a masculine rock and roll band and heavy metal, and it was having a hard time kind of connecting the dots in my head. But once I knew that and started learning about it, to your point, I was like, fuck, that's pretty cool. Like, I really enjoyed the band more. I enjoyed I don't think I was thinking authenticity, but I found myself enjoying Halford and the band more because of what I knew.
And just by the nature of how I was growing up, I connected to the outliers a little bit.
Okay.
I wanted to be on the in.
Yes.
But I had trouble existing there.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So I was always kind of and when something became really pop culture,
yes,
I just immediately veered away, not even consciously. I think it was because, oh fuck, here we go again. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was almost like all these, like in school, all the heavily pop culture things.
Yes.
I felt like in the actual curriculum, because some of the things, people would actually, some of the, like sex ed, everybody loves sex ed. I was fucking having a hard time making it through sex ed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think down deep, I always tend to push away from the heavily pop culture things.
Oh yeah. I get you. What was so back to cutting grass? I grew up in a big yard where my parents had like 3 acres of grass, man. It was cutting with a push mower. So
we were 2.5. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
We had push mowers too in the beginning.
Yeah. So that was when I learned if you're going to cut the grass, you might as well cut it properly, because it wasn't a 2-minute experiment. It was a few hours doing it. Right.
We would have to chip at it for a few days to get it.
Yeah, well, right. So, but I bring it up, Anderson, because was Judas Priest who got me through cutting the grass. My little cassette Walkmans, I'd put the music in my ears, and it was Rob Halford and KK Downing and Judas Priest that would help me cut the grass. That's why when I saw that clip, I was like, oh yeah. And then just, you know, learning that he was gay was it was a big learning part of my life growing up, actually, Judas Priest.
You know, here's a perfect example of my brain already going into managing time back then.
Yes.
I'm like, you know, if this fucking cutting, my brother leaves for the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
So I'm the one left cutting this fucking Jesus Christ. Now this goes from 2 days to 4, you know, or I've got to learn how to do this faster, or I got to learn how to make it to where the job lasts longer. I was like, well, fuck, I'm already humping pretty good pushing this thing.
Yes.
So I basically lowered that fucker down so tight that I started cutting the first day of cutting. The grass was so fucking tight, it almost killed it. I almost got in so much fucking trouble. I fucking haircutted that shit. It literally, it all started turning yellow. And they were like, you better fucking hope to God that shit doesn't die.
Talk about turning yellow. I've put this guy on the show before, Machine Gun Kelly. You and I were looking at. He blacked his entire body out from he tattooed his entire body. Well, he got physically sick and was turning yellow. Hey, Kai, let's run this clip. Keith and Johnny are gonna talk about it.
Baker rushed a blackout tattoo and got sick. Yellow skin, swollen nodes. That's not reinvention. That's pain trying to exit through the body.
Men do this. Tattoos, numbers, gym PRs, cold plunges, anything measurable so they don't have to say the sentence they're terrified to say.
So the question, when does transformation become avoidance? And what's the honest move when your body's screaming what your mouth won't admit?
So I wanted to know what would happen if you tattooed your entire body, and he had some issues with it. And I guess that's the reality, right? That ink on your body is going to give you something to deal with. His whole body, man, covered in ink. Not for me, but that was the result of it.
His legs too?
Yeah, his entire body, black.
Well, he's got a few stripes here and there, so I didn't know if it was his legs. He's got pants on, so I didn't know. A lot of times if they got legs tattooed, they're wearing shorts, you know.
Yeah. But
that's I mean, that's I guess you think about it. I mean, fuck, that's a lot of foreign substance sitting under the skin.
100%. I was thinking that same thing. Yeah, exactly.
I would have to imagine that at some point we're going to learn about different dyes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like when Terry and I were getting our tattoo here, right?
Yeah.
What I was looking into the different inks, and they had one that was actually glow in the dark.
Okay.
Right? But they're like, you know, it's not we can get it, but it's not approved, and we don't really know, you know, what the long-term, you know, risks would be.
Yes.
I'm betting that they're probably going to find more about all these inks, and we'll probably see it after more stuff like this happens. We'll probably see an evolution in what the ink needs to be to make sure this doesn't happen, I would guess.
I would think so. 100% over time. Yeah, absolutely.
You think about what we learn about, you know, I mean, the tobacco companies knew, but think about what we learned about cigarettes. I mean, pregnant women were smoking in the 50s.
Yeah. The whole world was smoking.
Swear to God, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, smoking, drinking, all those things that we were doing, right? And then it was like, we probably shouldn't be doing that because there's a reason why, right? So, all right, you're hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're going to do Lifestyle Tip with Anderson. We're going to reset and have a conversation about a couple
things. Quick.
I believe, I know. I did. I feel like we just got here.
Jesus Christ.
So we're two things I want to get into in the second hour. First thing, so I went through this and I wasn't really thinking about it until I realized this was the conversation today. Johnny, it was this realization that, so I'm in my 50s now, and this is not a complaint. This is just purely an observation. I'm not making the same kind of income I was when I was building ICUC. So in your head, you start thinking about, okay, I'm kind of like on a fixed income, and I'm not, but I kind of am. I'm building my business.
You're trying not to chew into your principal.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like waking up going, holy shit, I think there's a lot of dudes, you wake up in your 40s and 50s as you get on in life going, oh, I'm not making the kind of dough I made in my 30s and 40s, and I made to change my lifestyle a little bit. And what, you know, how much more do I got to live? I remember a buddy, Johnny, who was like, he said to me privately, he's like, fuck, man, I'm worried that I'm going to outlive my money. And he was stressed about it. Right? He's like, my dad, hold on a second. He's like, my dad lived to 98. He says, fuck, man. He goes, I don't want to live to 98 because I'm not going to have any money left.
Well, that's what you're describing as people that are in the system.
Yes.
Because I can't remember, a long time ago I heard this.
Yeah.
If you exist as an entrepreneur, every decade will massively increase your earning potential, assuming you're living the way you should, meaning you're constantly growing as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I think back myself, like, holy Christ. I mean, the difference between every decade has been it just turns into hockey stick. You know?
Bingo. Yep. So I want to
I can't fucking wait for my fucking 60s. What's going to happen? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. So I want to get back and have that conversation, and then we're going to get into the peptide desk. I got a few things. I got some stuff from Huberman. Dr. Bakri is somebody else. I found this gentleman that was leading dude in the space, and he was sitting down with Huberman. So I got a few things I want to put up there. We'll talk about. Good morning, Lauren. And yes, good time. Most people die with what they had when they retired out of fear. And good morning, Rico. Good to see you there as well. All right, Kai, we'll do lifestyle tip reset hour 2 and come back with the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and everybody else this morning on Wednesday, June 10th.
All right. Question. Do you know what it feels like to actually feel good? Most people have no idea how bad they feel or felt until they finally feel good. The question is, do you know? Well, it comes in so many different layers. Of course, we're talking physically, we're talking mentally, we're talking emotionally. And see, this all comes down to, are you investing in yourself? Because if you're not, I pretty much guarantee that you've kind of let yourself settle into this state, let's call it, that's normal, but it's not good. You just don't fucking know any better. So just give yourself a little test. Spend 1, maybe 2 weeks. If you got balls, do it for 2. At the end of 2 weeks, you'll feel the difference. And we're talking about just one pillar here. Just focus on hydrating. Focus on not eating processed foods. Focus on avoiding sugar. Just dietary. We could put this into mental, emotional, all sorts of different states or pillars, if you will. But this will be the easiest one for you to test. Because the majority of people, once they get rid of all the toxicity and all the shit that they're putting into their bodies, they start to feel better. But they don't really realize that better is available. See, if you actually were able to somehow have a glimpse in 2 weeks from now and think, if I did this, this, and this, I would feel like that, and you got a taste of that, you would probably do it. But the problem is you have to earn your way there. But this happens, I pretty much the majority of clients that come to me go through this. So the question you got to ask yourself is, do you really know what it's like to feel good? I'm betting the majority of you guys don't. And now you're thinking, oh, I eat clean. I drink a gallon of water a day. Clean doesn't mean shit. You can eat clean and still be digesting processed foods. Your body wasn't designed to use that. You could drink a gallon of water a day, but not in a way that actually helps your body hydrate. It might be actually harder on you. You know, most people, they try to drink enough water, but they don't do it in a formatted way enough where it actually creates stability. It creates this, which doesn't do what we're talking about. So ask yourself a question. Do you know what it actually feels like to feel good? Because most people never knew how bad they felt until they finally feel good. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. Getting up and getting after right here in the middle of June, the day after Mythos was launched, Fable 5. The singularity is upon us, everybody. Hey, if you've been snoozing since the beginning of the year, just true story, I just want to remind you, you've lost an entire day. Your entire day of your life has been lost just by laying there. Think about that for a moment as you get after, guys. You got a half a year to hit those big goals. And if you've been laying there for a whole day, man, you are a day behind those of us who have not been. So I welcome you. I invite you to get up, get after it. Tune in, 7:30, Matt Roof, 8 o'clock, Keith Billis, 8:30, Cheryl Whitaker. Come spend some time with us on the Mornings in the Live Authority Network. Let's get after it, guys. The financial identity crisis nobody talks about after 50. What happens? We get older, we age, income starts slowing down. Nobody talks about this. Keith and Jon are coming up in 2 minutes on the deep dive. On Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends.
The day you stop earning isn't the day you lose money. It's the day you find out if you have an identity or just a paycheck with a pulse. Because when the scoreboard disappears, no title, no numbers, no wins, a lot of men don't feel free. They feel useless. That's why retirement breaks dudes who did everything right. They didn't lose income. They lost proof they matter, and it leaks everywhere. Distance at home, short fuse, no purpose, quiet panic. Not financial stress, relevant stress. So we're calling it out. If your self-worth is wired to output, you're not successful, you're fragile, and you won't see it until it's too late. Today we build the fix, a post-earning identity that keeps the drive, without needing the money to feel like a man.
So guys, we're going to have this conversation about what happens when we get older and all of a sudden the income starts changing coming in. So I'm this guy. I'll be honest. I've gone through a period in my life where I struggle with this a little bit, where, you know, when you'd feel like you perhaps aren't the provider in the traditional sense, and you say to yourself, what exactly are you providing to your partner and kids? Right? I reflect back, you know, so you never want to say peak, but, you know, I was going through my peak financial side of my career when I was my late 30s. I sold ICUC when I was 38, actually. So it was through my 30s and 40s when I went through my peak high earning career. And then
Take me off 1 second. I got to turn on my air ventilation.
Yeah. And then what happened was, sold the company. I worked for 10 years. I got the call in 21. We were going separate ways, and then all that changed. And I will admit it's taken me some time as a human to reconcile what that feels like, to reconcile, you know, that you just don't have this unlimited income coming in, and you're changing expectations, you're changing ideas, and it was a struggle for me not being the man. In some ways, I'll say it, being the man, right? Where, you know, you got money coming in constantly and you're like, oh yeah, I just fucking spend it freely. And then you realize you're in a different stage of life, right? And I'm not suggesting, and now I'm rebuilding back again. But Jon, I think there's a lot of men like this. And I'll say one last thing before I flip to you. When I was working in the job, like I sold the company, I was still working, collecting a paycheck. I remember for the longest time talking to Mo. You've met Mo. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, because I couldn't make any more because I was an employee, right? And it was like, it was capped. And that drove me nuts. And I was not happy being capped. Go back to being in the system. Right. So as difficult as it was getting out of the system, because you never let, you know, I'll collect my free money every 2 weeks. But my point is that my ability to not earn more was a struggle for me, which I will take being an entrepreneur any day of the week, controlling my destiny.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you sold and then obviously took your job to make sure the company would sail off into the sunset.
Yeah.
When that was over, you stopped.
Yes. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, had you started to develop something new right away, we have a different conversation.
Bingo. Yes. I think for me, Anderson, it was just much reconciling as I was going through my late 40s into my 50s, that just a different time in my life. And it was just and I don't, like I said, I go back to my friend Chuck. I think when we age as men, we don't talk about it. And I know we joke about the system, But I don't think we often talk about, men or women. Okay, we're in our 50s and 60s. Life starts to change a little bit about finances coming in, finances going out, and the feeling about being the man or not being the man.
There's a concept that fixes this whole fucking thing, but most people never fucking get it or make the decision. You make money with shit you enjoy.
Oh, bingo.
And it never fucking stops.
Yes. Well, so again, I'll put the role there because in good time, you're right. It was my identity. You're bang on, brother. That's why I'm so pleased. So is this stressful what I'm doing today? Days I make no money? Of course. But I love it because I know what I'm building and we're going in the right direction. Right. And that's more fulfilling to me than having that guaranteed paycheck that I had. I was miserable about. Right. So, and, we talk about being stuck in the system. Right. This is my interest. This is where I am. And good time, you're right. My identity is this now. Right. I'm, I'm a proud father and husband to my family, but my identity of growing this live network. Yeah. And I take great pride in this 100% big time.
Yeah. This is just one part of your identity.
That's it. It's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. So like I said, I wanted to put that on the table for men out there, men and women that are thinking, oh man, is it over? Not necessarily, because we're living longer now too. Obviously we're all living longer now. Right. But Johnny, it struck me when Chuck said to me, he's like, man, he goes, my parents lived too long. And he's like, I don't want to live that long because I don't want to run out of money.
There was a point where, because we all have different home runs in our lives, right?
Yes.
And I was talking to, my best friend who loved him to death, really fucking one of the most amazing people, became a teacher, a high school teacher, that was the life he chose. He likes that security, boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Doesn't have the stomach for the other side of the fence.
Sure.
Right. So anyway, we're talking and I'm pretty honest with him.
Yeah.
He's like, well, dude, you're done. So no, I'm not done. These are just measuring sticks.
Yes.
Done would mean that I have the goal of not doing what I'm doing.
Yes.
And this is and he was just like, dude, you're like fucking peeling my cap right now.
Yeah. Well, and I had somebody say to me, like, why is Keith doing what he's doing? Like, why does he work so hard to do this more, like every single day? And I'm like, because I'm not done. Like, what to your point, like, what's done? Like, I'm done? No, I don't want to be done. You know what I mean?
Well, earlier you had the mindset that I'm done. That's why you stopped.
Well, so it was a different type of mindset, though, right? It was very different, right? Now,
you stopped.
Yes.
So explain to me the difference.
So I would say to you that what do you mean when I sold when I stopped, or as I was?
Yeah, you quote retired.
Yeah. Well, no, I would say
you didn't retire, or you did. Maybe I misunderstand.
No, I would say I semi-retired. Right. So when I sold, I ran the company for 10 more years, and I was the CEO, but I had a strong team around me.
But when that was over, you retired.
When that was over, I stepped. Well, so I stepped back, and yes, okay, retired. Yeah, 100%.
So that's the difference. That's what we're talking about, right there.
Yeah.
So to a certain extent, you had that mindset too.
And then I realized I could not do that. I'm like, that's not
100%. Like a lot of
I see your point. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so some people, have to learn through, like you learned through the experience. Some people never fucking learn.
So Johnny, that's why I say today, to the chagrin of others, like I'll never be done, because I know what it's like to be quote unquote, and I didn't really enjoy it. So however you want to define done, like I say to some, whether I'm working into my 60s or 70s or 80s, is that what you call working? Like getting up and hanging out with you for 2 hours in the morning? Is that working? I don't know, but I'm not going anywhere, because I've been there where I've gone somewhere. I'm like, that's not really enjoyable. So
yeah, well, you're kind of, I guess, to a certain extent, you weren't surrounded by your interests, is why you're ready to be done.
Bingo. That's exactly what it is. Interest and purpose, right? You go back to that, right?
Well, you believed your purpose was to retire and be whatever, you're a family man, dad.
Yep.
But that's just one part.
Bingo.
You put down a different part of your identity, and which was obviously that at that point, that part of you started to kind of stir and make enough noise, you're like, okay, I need to pay attention to this.
And grateful to have been able to do that, John, but now grateful that I get to do this, right? And this, which is really where my true interest is, right? So speaking of interest, I have more interest than ever around the conversation we're going to get into to wrap up the show with myself and Anderson. We're going to get into the peptide desk. So Kai, I think we got an opener for that one. Let's run that opener so Keith and John to get it. Just a reminder, everybody, this is not medical advice. This is not telling you guys to do anything. This is purely a research segment. We got the human experiment, the human experience, John Anderson. My role in this is to put topics on the table. We're going to have a conversation, challenge, go back and forth. But again, not medical advice, simply information based on...
We're just sharing what we found works best with us.
Just his sharing personal experience. So, dude, I want to start with this one here. So many folks wonder where they come from. So Dr. Bakri... I'm going to put this clip up here. Let's talk about it.
People are Ozempic babies, in that a lady will be subfertile or infertile, start a weight loss drug, and then find out by accident she's pregnant.
Was she obese before?
Yeah. That's not the one here, actually. I was, there's not. So Kai, I want to run that one, where they come from. So John, I want to start with Johnny. So John, where do peptides come from? I'm sorry, let me rephrase the question. When we purchase them, are they made in America, made in Canada? Let's go to the source, like the actual, the
Well, the raw material,
yes,
comes from all over.
Okay.
Like most people are going to go, they're going to say go right to China, because that's where most of it is bottled and shipped over here. But that's where it creates most of the danger. But you can get these, like we get our raw materials from all over. We get it Switzerland, Germany. So it's basically it's the raw materials. It's like it's a powder ultimately, yes. And it's pretty crazy how potent the amount of like some of these things to make 10 milligram. It's unbelievable how little powder makes 10 milligram.
Yeah, so I got this clip from Bakri here, and I want to put this up. I think this is the one. I think it's this one right here.
Their GLP-1 as their insulin sensitivity tool, their growth hormone or their GHRH, and their androgen modulation therapies as this.
No, Kai, I gave you the clip there, Kai, which is where they're from here. Good morning. Who's this here? We got, good morning. Beautiful day.
We know a lot of people are Ozempic babies, in that a lady will be subfertile.
No, Kai, that's not it. I dropped you the clip there, Kai. Around where they're from there. I just dropped it over there from because so Dr. Bakri said, so according to Bakri, and this guy's, I guess, a reputable fella, he confirming what you said, all the raw materials come from China. Not made in America. They're assembled in America, like these things. But according to Bakri, all raw materials in the peptide industry in North America all come from China. Not right or wrong, just that's according to
because you can actually get like there are certain places that will only accept if it's certified raw in America. I'm not exactly sure. I don't worry about that because I'm research.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying that I've seen different.
Got you.
And it could be. I mean, granted, I mean, from a blanket statement, if you look at it percentage wise, it's kind of like saying, the majority of it's like saying obese people eat fat food, right? There's a small percentage that probably don't. So it could be a statement like that. Is he saying all like there is? You got to understand. Is he like? Is there a period behind that, or is he just kind of saying, yeah, it all comes from, the majority comes from, all fat people eat obese people eat fast food. That makes sense. Look at the statement itself.
Yeah. No, he has said that because he said to Huberman here. I'm going to get it here to Kai here. He said to Huberman that all do come from. You got it here, Kai. Let's run it.
So the API for all these active pharmaceutical ingredients comes from China. There are no such thing as American-made peptides. It gets finished here. So the API,
they're all from China.
Everything's from
China.
The
raw materials?
The raw materials, like the semaglutide you're getting from a compounding pharmacy or a research peptide website, retatrutide included, comes from China, and then gets either the raw material gets packaged here into
Wait,
the vials.
raw materials or synthesized compound? Because there's a big difference between getting like the raw materials for something and getting the thing.
The synthesized semaglutide gets made in China. It'd be very expensive to make it here. There are people starting to look at that because that's the next thing in the arms race to make American peptides. Right?
So they're all Chinese peptides.
Everything's Chinese peptides.
There's no Guatemalan peptides. There's no
China is the best at doing it.
So again, I want to learn. It's fascinating to me, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's so my first thought, if he's correct, then you figure this like anything else. You've got these other countries that are going and getting the cream, and selling it from there. So I would assume, based on if he's correct, what I would assume is when there's an American certified raw material.
Yes.
That somehow there's a certification from America. I really don't understand. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I just want to know that where I get my raw materials, they all test at 99.9 or above, and that's what we have.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I said, I want the segment to be stuff we can talk about. It doesn't matter to me if they come from China. It's great. Now I know where they're coming from. I want to know where they're. I didn't know if they were made here or not made here. Kai, let's run this next one. So you talked about this yesterday, or a couple of days. The Trinity stack, Wolverine. Kai, let's run this clip so I can get Johnny's comment on it as well.
Their GLP-1 as their insulin sensitivity tool, their growth hormone or their GHRH. And their androgen modulation therapies as this Trinity stack. To get very fit, very healthy quickly. So a lot of these transformations you see in CEOs and celebrities and stuff is using a combination of those three things. Your TRT plus maybe Anavar with tirzepatide or retatrutide, whatever it may be, and then using a growth hormone modulation, if you can afford growth hormone or testosterone, ipamorelin. And you're seeing people lose a lot of fat, gain a lot of muscle in short amounts of time. Is that healthy? We'll find out. But that is like the celebrity protocol.
Connecting the dots. So when he says in the beginning, he says androgen.
Yes, tell me.
Androgen is the TRT.
Okay. And then John, he made a comment about the expensive growth hormone. I know nothing about it. Is it expensive?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, so what does that mean? Give me context. I have zero context.
Keep in mind, it just depends. You buy I'm talking about quality.
Okay. So
if I'm buying a car, you're not fucking finding me buying a Hyundai.
No, I'm on the same page. I want to relate to what he said, because he was talking about like this protocol, and he goes, if you can afford growth hormone, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So I mean, growth hormone will probably be, well, here is an example, a good quality growth hormone.
Yes.
For 200 units, probably going to cost $700.
Okay. And then what does 200 units get me? Like, what does that
200
mean?
units. So a person,
there's
a range. So for say an older person that just wants to have a little bit more vitality, if you will.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You find these clinics that'll put them on 2-3 units.
Okay. Is a unit like a milligram, Johnny? Or is that a different,
it's a different measurement. Think inches, metric. It's just international unit.
Okay.
But then you find, people that are, looking for a little bit more, that are not old, that are looking for, then they go up into, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's a sliding scale, again, depending on what you're trying to achieve.
Okay. So then again, just to be simple, if I'm paying $700 for 200 units, if I'm doing 2 units a day, I got 100 days worth.
There you go.
Okay, I get you. Okay,
2 units is a pretty fucking small dose for the most part, unless you're a 70-year-old.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get you. But what he was talking about. So when I see a guy like Bezos or some of the folks that we're seeing in the world right now that are looking more physically fit, jacked, a little more leaner, I'm suspecting, because he was calling that the celebrity protocol, the Trinity stack. That would be probably something, or the Wolverine. Like, am I talking the same language, John?
Well, Trinity is where he's talking about using GLP-1.
Yes.
Some sort of a growth hormone.
Yes.
And an androgen, which would be like testosterone. So it's different. Okay. It's not all in the peptide world.
No.
2 of those are in the peptide world.
Yes. But those 3 together is what's giving somebody like I said, like Bezos. He, over a period of months there, he looked pretty jacked. He looked pretty vitality. He got
figure like this. If you can, you can use these tools,
yes,
to have your body operate like it would be 25 again.
25 years old. I got you. Yep. I got you.
Because it's these, obviously the GLP-1 has to do with helping with the right food decisions.
Yes.
You know, the peptides is reprogramming. And then like the growth hormone, again, that's just bringing it back up to where it should have, where as we get older, we release very little growth hormone.
Yes.
And so when we take it, it brings that back to so it's, think of it like that. Each one of them has a different job in bringing your body into a place. If you're 60 and you want to feel like you're 25,
I understand.
This is the formula.
I understand. He also talked about, and I want to get this one on a separate episode, but he talked about an organ that doctors don't talk enough about, and I'm suspecting but the thymus.
The thymus?
Yes. Do you know much about that? I guess it has to do with endocrine and with hormones and so forth.
I think there's more to it.
Probably, yeah. And I'll pull it up. We'll bring it to a separate episode. I do want to bring this one up first of all, though. Kai, let's run this one because I want to relate this one to the dog. This guy, he said he tore his tricep muscle. He injected peptides into it. Kyle, let's run it.
Ozempic babies in that status. We know a lot of people are Ozempic babies in that a lady will be subfertile or infertile.
No, that's the wrong one there, Kai. That's
that we've seen that one. Oh, well, we might as well just talk about that one. We've seen it fucking 6 times.
I don't know that one actually because he had.
But I mean, so this happens all the time. When someone a muscle is a soft tissue. Naturally, it will heal in about 6 weeks. Like if you break a bone, 6 weeks. A muscle, 6 weeks. These are short recoveries.
Yeah,
you do a tendon, right? That's a lot for tendon or ligament. That time triples.
The clip he talks about was that he injected the peptides into his area.
Yep.
He said his therapist said, "Oh yeah, you're probably going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks." He injected it. 3 weeks later, his therapist like, "Well, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, man, but whatever you're doing is working." Basically, because he
100%.
Story. What's your favorite personal BPC story involving you and your body?
Yeah, I tore my tricep a few months ago.
Tore
Tricep, lifting with people I should have been lifting with. They're much stronger than I was. Purple from here to here. Like the pictures, I posted them on X. It's brutal. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to have surgery. This sucks. I don't have time to have surgery because you're in a brace for like 3 months. And I put BPC in locally. Don't try this at home. Not medical advice, but locally in the tissue spot with a couple of other peptides. And within 3 weeks, my PT is like, "What the hell are you doing? Like this is healing so fast." Would I have healed that fast anyways? I don't know. But
story. What's your favorite?
So you've experienced that yourself.
Well, he's a little. I mean, so he's diluting himself a little bit because nobody's in a fucking brace for 3 months for a tricep fucking tear.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So you can see that with the dilution of some of what he's saying, you have to start questioning other bits of his knowledge base. But yeah, I mean, that's a really common practice.
Is that right, eh? Yeah.
Really common practice. And really all you're doing at that point, like BPC, and he said a couple of others.
Yes.
So if you use, I mean, the four primary healers, KPV, which think of that's like that affects the body's inflammation regulator.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Then there's GHK-CU, which is going to help the body with collagen, reproduction collagen, also really good for decreasing inflammation.
Yeah.
Then there's BPC. Think of that as like, it's going to like really help the body, zero in on that area and get more blood flow to that area. Right. And then think of the TB 500 as like the soldiers going in to do the fucking work.
Okay.
Very, very overly simplified.
Yeah.
Hopefully can help kind of show there's all these different angles of healing.
Yeah. It was we're going to keep bringing this guy up. He sat down with Huberman for 2.5 hours, man. It was a great conversation. Just a lot of both sides, and he kept throwing stuff out, and Huberman was asking him great stuff, and it was
it's crazy when you're talking like that. This goes right back to Petro.
Yeah.
What he should have said was, I didn't want to be in a brace for some long period of time. I think it might have been this. He's talking matter of fact, like he would have been in a brace for 3 months. You're in a brace for fucking 6 weeks max.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you make these blanket statements about shit that you don't, he's talking like he knows, well, fuck, I'm not the guy probably is very knowledgeable, but I'm just saying when I listen to somebody, if they talk out of place in one area, there's a good chance they're doing it somewhere else too.
Well, and keep in mind, we're just grabbing clips, right? So we're not grabbing. So we don't have the full context. I'm purely showing clips. If we had the whole,
but just in that clip, he basically said that he was and I'm taking everything he says literally because that's all we can do.
100%. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
So I guess I just always try to be very careful. Like if I'm saying something, I'll say, I don't know for sure, but I know there's, I would not make a blanket statement on something I didn't know, because then the things that I do know can be questioned also.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. This guy, Dr. Muhammad Bakri, I'm going to try to get him on the show and hang out with us, actually. This is what he studied. This is what he practices. And he talks.
That would be cool, man. I love it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely. All right, listen, we're going to get to vintage. Yes.
Dude, I can't believe we're fucking at the tail end of it. God damn, this went by fast today.
I used to enjoy drinking beer back in the olden days, and I used to enjoy seeing these stubby bottles. Hey, Kai, let's throw this up there. If you got the vintage for us this morning, if you got that ready for us, it's rock and roll. And before we walk Johnny out of the lab this morning, remember these? They just stopped making them. The stubby bottles. Did you remember stubby beer bottles?
I can honestly say I've never drank out of one of those.
Serious? Did you see them before though, or is it just a Canadian thing? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because they had stubby bottles in America, Johnny. Sure, they did.
Yeah, but did you hear what I said? I did. Never drank out of one. I didn't say I've never seen one.
Yeah, but I'm surprised you never even drank it, because they were kind of ubiquitous back when we were growing up. I just thought that everybody
might have been drinking beer. Period.
I just thought you might have had a sip of one at least.
Stubby bottle. I need to have a sip. Where's the logic in that?
That's you too. Oh, hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, did you see that 18-second clip where Maverick's out there framing a house like a human jackhammer? Then bam, nature calls a timeout?
Shirtless, sweaty, confidence at 110%. Then his junk gets pinched between two beams and his whole body does that. I just saw God tremble.
The comments are brutal. Portuguese dudes yelling, pau pra toda obra, like a tool for every job. And Maverick's like, not that tool, bro.
3 million views overnight. Half the internet laughing, the other half investigating like it's the Zapruder film. Zoom in. Real pain or performance art?
People swear it's authentic because nobody can fake that full-body seizure of regret unless he's running some weird pain fetish content factory.
Hey, John, that's what we call a hard reset. When your confidence is building houses and your body files an emergency shutdown in 0.2 seconds.
I can't imagine the pain. Just doing your job and, accidentally getting your junk caught between the fucking two boards.
Dude, my first thought is it's clearly not his job because he doesn't fucking know what he's doing.
I know that was.
I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like a chef. Oh, yeah, cut my finger off. I was just doing my job. No, you don't know how to fucking do your job if you're a chef and you cut your finger off.
Well, I would notice what he wasn't wearing, and then I saw him frantically trying to get to make the screwdriver go reverse while he's caught in this thing. So I'm like, oh my God. Oh, what a tool.
Yeah, I mean, I always just right there would have to just question the authenticity only because.
Yes.
How. Goodness gracious, how can someone overlook that?
Well, believe me, I questioned it too. I'm like, did that really happen, or was that just something ridiculous? But yeah, you get your penis caught in the fucking two boards being screwed together. There's a little bit of pain happening there, that's for sure.
And why would he be filming that?
Well,
period to begin with. What is it that makes you want to fucking film screwing a couple boards together? What's the motivation behind that?
I asked the same questions myself. Hey, what are you doing today? What's on the agenda?
Let's see here. I have my go band after this. Handle some. Got probably 90 minutes of working in the business this morning.
Nice.
Then I'll go nap, walk. Yeah. Definitely have some relaxation time this afternoon. I'm recovering from yesterday's activities.
Yes. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to encourage you to practice relaxing today. Put the rep in.
Yeah, I'm getting better at it because again, I've made the decision I schedule it out, and then I've been doing better at it.
Yeah, good for you. That's awesome. All right, well, the relaxer is
power of a decision.
The power of the intentional decision. Intentionally relaxing. All right, John.
That's a good thought, though. Because if you're not making intentional decisions, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, you're just kind of going through it, right? So it's true.
It's almost like it's almost sad that we have to include intention.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny because I did it even last night. I closed my laptop and I said, okay, I'm going to go to bed and I'm intentionally going to horizontally work for a while. I take a page from you. So I did. I read for a little bit before I went to bed on my phone, but I had to I said it to myself, okay, I'm intentionally going to go and do horizontal work for 30 minutes. I use the word in my head because if I don't, sometimes I do go through things unintentionally. Think about that. Think about how many times we just do things for the sake of doing them without intention, right? So I know it sounds so goofy, but it's true though, man, because you're right. Because if you lay down without intentionally relaxing, before you know it, you're like, well, fuck, I'm back to my old habits again. I'm not relaxing.
Yeah. Very true, brother.
So
very true.
Lots of love. Fuck, the show was fast today, man.
Dude, I honestly don't remember one going this fast before.
I was like, is it already over?
Jesus Christ.
Get the hell out of here, man. I love you, buddy. Have a good day. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good loop, my brother.
All right, my brother from another mother, Johnny Anderson's out of here. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Charlie, good time. If you could go back, would you have not sold? No, I'm glad that I sold, actually. I got no regrets over selling. I have no regrets about any of that experience, actually. It's just, you said it yourself, man, just been there, not at your scale. It's not so much that, it's the identity thing, Charlie. For me, it was very much the identity thing. And having to kind of go through that journey of, okay, I'm not that anymore. Not collecting the big paychecks anymore. And Charlie, it's like not being the man. It was kind of an issue for me. Like, oh yeah, I'm not the man. Yeah, you just can't pull it. It's just been different. It's just been a whole different experience. And I'm enjoying kind of and here's the thing too. I'll be frank too. I said to my family, I haven't spent any money for the last couple of years on myself because I haven't felt like I've earned it. Can you relate to that, Charlie? It's like I feel like I earned it in yesterday's world, not in today's world. So I haven't earned what I've worked for today. I'm starting to. Yesterday was a fucking great day, and now I think when I earn from what happened yesterday, and we can kind of start spending it again. So. Yeah, and I kind of felt less important for sure. Dude, I can completely relate to you, Charlie. Like I'm on the same fucking page. All right, we're going to bring Whitaker in here for a few minutes before I get to the morning monologue. And we're giving Maya Reyes again the morning off here. So Kai, we'll bring Cheryl. I'm going to catch up with Cheryl for a couple minutes. I'm going to get to the monologue, and then we're going to wrap it up today so we can get to what the truck dropping at the top of the hour. What's going on, Whitaker? How are you this morning?
Hello, my love. How are you?
Shaking.
Oh, everything is good. Everything is good. Great show today.
Who did you have on today?
Today I had on Michael Giardina. He's a VP of marketing, Hendrix Gin, Millargo Tequila, and he's a jiu-jitsu champion. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was a great conversation today about standing tall.
Tell me about it. So what does it mean by standing tall?
So he has the whole show. Keith, this was cool. The whole show was inspired by his LinkedIn banner. He has a giraffe in the clouds, and then he's got just a few words about his leadership philosophy: change perspective, think big, strive for excellence, simplify. And it was the whole conversation was about having that vision, being able to like see above the clouds, get above all the muck and everything, and lead from that place, which is so cool because I talk about the fact that joy is the sky. So there was a lot of alignment and just a lot of like deep conversation about what it means to lead your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool. I can't wait for you to watch it. I'm looking forward to your
yeah, I'd like that. Yeah. So, and he was a CMO from what company?
He works for William Brandt. Okay. So I wanted to do Hendrix Gin and Millargo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you said Hendrix Gym. Oh, Hendrix Gym. Hendrix. I got you.
Yeah. It's my quick talking New Yorker. Yeah. And he's a marketing executive for them. He's been there for 12 years.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's a brand guy, so very, very, very cool. Very cool dude.
I'd love to talk to a I'd love to talk to a corporate brand dude in 2026.
Oh, well, I will make the introduction.
No, but I say that with tongue in cheek.
Oh.
Because I suspect they're probably freaking 2020.
Oh, yeah. Well, some are. I mean, for sure, there are many who are. But you said something the other day. I mean, it was like maybe earlier this week about like analog, and then just reminded me of like everything seems to be like going back, like the Pizza Hut, right? Like,
so I believe. So I think I said it yesterday. I believe the next 50 years are going to be much more analog. Like I believe we're going back into an analog era. So let me just lay it out for you. So sensors are smaller. People want less screens. It doesn't mean we're going to be less digital,
right?
But cars are going to go back to buttons because we've learned that screens aren't the best in cars. Yeah. And you think about cars are cars and phones are, pretty much every human interacts with the car. So let's think about our lifestyles, right? So cars will go back to buttons. Those buttons will move back into the rest of our life, but they're not going to be dumb buttons like yesterday. They'll be smart buttons, but they'll be tactile. But I really believe we are moving back into an analog supported digital world, right? Where, these will be we're still going to carry phones, but the information is going to be here. It's going to be discreet. But I really believe we will be moving more into an analog supported world because people want tactile, people want touch. We know OpenAI is coming out with a pen. You hold it. Yeah. So I really believe it's going to be analog, very much so.
Fun. All this stuff is so much fun.
Yeah. Speaking of fun, so I would not expect you to heard what I said this morning, but the world changed again last night, eh?
I heard the very beginning before I hopped into my studio. So what changed?
Anthropic dropped Mythos yesterday.
Yes, I read that was coming. I heard that was coming. I read an article the other day comparing Claude's Mythos to I think it was to ChatGPT, and determining whether or not you're going to be getting the best bang for your buck, depending upon what you invested in. Yeah,
well, and I suspect what's also going to change is we are going to see the great gap happening for the. So what I predict is going to happen as we go into the balance of this year. So they've left Mythos free till June 22nd, and then what I suspect is going to happen is that you're going to see two camps start to emerge as the rest of the year goes. You want to roll? Tokens. You want to chat? It's $20 a month. We are going to see the gap starts happening. The gap is so because to run Mythos, you got to be able to afford it.
Yes.
And people are going to be put into a position.
Yeah.
You're either going to use the old tools, the Chat GPT 5.5, the old tools, or you're going to say, no, I'm building the future.
Yeah.
So I'm building the future. So you're going to see the gap happen, and it started last night because it's not cheap. And that's where I think it's going to freak. And I will say, as a human, I get worried about where the world's going to go because I can see the gap. Those that can afford the robots, those that can afford the better tools, those that aren't, those that are ignorant of it, and you're just going to start seeing this
already. So
100%,
right?
100%.
So what excites you about Mythos?
Pardon me?
What excites you about it, as far as the?
Its power and ability. Yeah, it's going to. Its power and ability is unbelievable.
Wow. And you and I always talk about the race, right? The race between these different large language models.
Yeah.
And so, so this is where it is now. Claude's now, in this position, and then what's going to be.
Well, so here's the other thing too, right? So where the world's going to get left behind really quick is that, so when we were all introduced to ChatGPT 3-4 years ago, it was prompts.
Yeah.
Prompts. And then we got learning skills. Well, now it's loops.
Yeah.
So you got to learn loops. What's a loop? Well, so a loop is teaching the AI to teach itself to build itself. Right. So it's actually, that's how I built today's show. So today's show is completely automated by Conversation OS. And it built itself because I taught it. So you build a loop, right? So basically, think about teaching a dog. It's the same kind of thing, right? You teach a dog, the dog does something, you reward it. So when you build a loop, you don't prompt it.
Right.
So folks that are still prompting, and I know I'm nerdy and I'm ahead of the game on this, but folks are still prompting is done. We're not prompting anymore because the agent doesn't need to be prompted.
Doesn't need to be prompted. I find a lot of times when I'm working in Perplexity and also in Claude, it's prompting me.
100%. Yeah. So
Right?
what you'll find with these models like Fable 5, Mythos, is that they'll do the work. What you need to be focused on is if they're doing the right work. So they'll go do the work for you. They're like, yeah, okay, I'm going to do the work. You're like, holy fuck, you're doing the right work. Right. So it's just changing. So Rufy, how much is not cheap? I was seeing stories. I was seeing stories yesterday. People burning through their Fable 5 credits in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Their $100 plan being done in 30 minutes. Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that chart that I have to find that article and send it to you, Keith. It was showing like you're probably going to be in it for maybe like $4 or $5 grand a month. Some people, if you're a real power user.
Oh, dude, there's some days I sit on my chair. I drop $3,000-$4,000 on tokens.
Yeah.
This is where there's a new understanding going to be happening within business is the cost of tokens. And here's the other thing too that people aren't thinking about is that because I'm experiencing myself, true story, and I'll share it with you. What we have now is superpowers. If I don't say no to you as a customer, I will never make a profit because I can always deliver to you what you want. And you know what? 24/7, because nobody has to sleep.
Right.
Think about that. So somebody says to me, hey, Keith, can you make it? Yeah, I'll make it for right now. So I can always say yes. Always say yes. I'll never say no. But if I never say no, I never make a profit. Think about that for a second, because yesterday, which was, hey, Keith, can you do this? Well, I don't have the resources. I don't have the skills. I don't have the human to do it. All those reasons not to be are gone now.
Gone.
Because time is unlimited. The only thing holding me back from delivering the task is a token, which is a monetary unit. So I say to you, so again, an example would be, okay, so what I'm now selling you is loops. Your loop is this, point A to point B, and that's what I'm selling you. When the loop is done, you pay me.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Right. It's fascinating to me because in theory, you could always work and never make a profit.
It's so great.
You follow me though? You follow me? Because I can just always do the job. So what can't you do? I can do everything. But in the world today, if you don't have the human skills, you can't do it.
Right. You can't do it.
But we have the tools now that can do it. And with no time constraints.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Although I will interject, I say this about you all the time, that, that Billis brain of yours is a brilliant one. Not everybody, I think you and John, or maybe the three of us were talking about, yes, not everybody is fluent in all of this. There's still
no, but I'm giving fucking basic nuggets right now.
I know you are.
I'm giving basic. So I'm giving table stakes right now.
They are table stakes.
I got a 20-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I'm giving you table stakes right now. A 20-year-old kid. If you're 40, 50, or 60, I'm not employing you. Period.
But remember, I said though, I had a guest on who talked about the fact that his 23-year-old daughter and his 21-year-old son are like, whoop, AI is the devil, right? And there are people out there who feel I think it's short-sighted.
There's no question. There's two camps happening right now, and a part of it is the AI data centers because people, and I get it.
Yeah.
Right? So the root of that is freaking people out.
Yes.
So here's the choice we have. Again, I'll set table stakes. One side can bitch and complain about that. I get it. I respect it. I love y'all.
Yep.
I'm going here. I'll see you guys because the world's not going backwards. Because we are in the keeping up with the Jones society. Because if you don't want to build the data center, I'll build it. Right. So you all can bitch and complain about your data centers, but they're happening. So I'm going to be the guy who's building a company in 2 or 3 years from now that is going to ride the wave and all the hate. I get it and I can respect it, but it's coming whether we like it or not.
Can I just say something though?
Yeah.
I imagine there was a time when Henry Ford, created the car.
Yeah.
And then there was, right? And then that changed the environment.
Yes.
When airplanes came, that changed the environment.
Yes.
right? When computers were created and those large centers, like the green screens, changed the environment. That's right. So we are evolving, whether you like it or not.
Well, that's my point.
I know.
I know.
I'm in that bus with you, dude. I'm driving with you, going in that direction because it's not going backwards.
Precisely. Right. That's why I get on my show and try to offer table stakes to my peers, to my generation.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. Because we are going to be left behind. Because my 20-year-old kid is like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Right. So it is challenge from Maddie. Why is a 50-year-old skilled knowledge person any less qualified than a 20-year-old? Because I think, Matt, you're missing the point. It has nothing to do with it. So Matt's question is, why is a 50-year-old skilled knowledge person any less qualified than a 20-year-old? A Gen Xer with skills has the advantage of wisdom. I don't agree with that actually anymore. No, I don't. Because the 20-year-old is coming to the table because the knowledge and wisdom is really not relevant. If you can't deliver me a result with an AI tool, I have no interest in hiring you. You follow me? Right? Like your wisdom and knowledge is here. I'm paying you to deliver me a result, not your wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, in your world.
In your world, right? So for example, Johnny's peptides and GLPs, right? He wants to deliver a result, right? So and this is where I get frustrated because I had a conversation with a fellow yesterday. He's like, so Keith, what's the next 50 years look like? And I laid it out for him. He's like, oh my fuck, it's dystopian. I go, it is. And that's where I think my peers are missing on the conversation.
Yeah. Because
there's the 20-year-old, because I'm seeing all the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 20 building stuff that are changing the world around us.
And it is. And if you're 60 like me, I'm doing the very best I can to like hurry up and get up to speed.
Yes. And accelerated again last night. Right. And good time. You're right. When Amazon came, it did change everything. And good time says my kid is 13 and so far ahead, I don't even understand any of it. And that is my point, is that this acceleration and wisdom is happening so fast. Here's what it is. I'm added to address you. Too many my peers are too busy talking, not delivering results. That's the difference.
Yeah.
When you can come to the table with an agent and deliver me a result, I don't give a fuck about your wisdom. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Or their age, to be honest. If they can.
Precisely. Deliver me the result. That's it. Period. Because that's what these tools now can do, deliver results. Because we were raised in a world which was just make the dashboard look good. Okay, so here's how it worked. Okay, my Salesforce looks great. It's all set up. My data is there. It's Friday night. I'm going to go home. I'm done because my data is all there. And then we were conditioned for the last 25 years. That was the result. I got my CRM filled. My funnel looks good. My data is great. My boss is happy because everything is in the database. Salesforce is done, right? We were all happy. The reports were printed off, but they were static.
Yeah.
But that's done now because we can take the database and now deliver a result. And that is where my friends in our peer group are missing the fucking point.
Because it's scary, Keith. That's why
I know. I had a conversation with a guy yesterday. He's like, well, why would I want to install an MCP server on my database? How do I make money? I go, exactly. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, people don't go to your website anymore. I don't understand. I go, I don't go to websites. I do my entire business in my chat bot.
Yeah, you don't have to.
And he's like, oh. I go, yeah. He goes, I just spent a bunch of money. I go, I told you not to build a fucking website. My 20-year-old kid spends his entire day interacting with everything through Claude. His one application is Claude.
Yeah.
And he connects to everything that he does with Claude.
Yep.
Canva. Everything he does with one tool.
Yep. Notion, Canva, Gamma,
And
whatever.
that was before Mythos last night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah. Petro says, and at the end of the day, potential results. And he's right. At the end of the day, potential results are what everyone pays for.
Beautiful, Petro.
Believe me, it scares me too. I'm not trying to stand up here and be Mr. fucking blasphemous. I know it all. No, it scares me too. I just want to put stable takes because where I'm different, I'm not the 20-year-old on X who's making shit and saying shit. Who's like, I'm just 20-year-old. No, I'm fucking 54 and I'm doing the same thing. So with a little bit of experience behind me,
Yes.
I'd like to hope you guys would take my word with a little more at face value.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Right? Because I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's
Hey,
crazy.
learning from you every day there, Chief.
Let's hang out. Let's grab a coffee today.
Yeah, let's do that. I love it. All right.
We're walking Whitaker out of here. I got a few things to say before I say goodbye. Have a good one, Whitaker.
See
Take
ya.
care. Cheryl's out of here. Good morning, everybody. I know. It's painful. It's painful. It's the world is a crazy place, and the tools are moving fast. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm putting truth out there. But the reality is that results today are all that matter because that's what the tools are delivering. And I'm sorry, Maddie, and to my friends out there that maybe have a believe me, I thought there's value in the wisdom that we carry, and there is, but that value of our wisdom only connects if we can deliver the results of what's happening today. Because if we're just walking to the table with the knowledge, but not bringing with what's here today, we haven't connected at all, right? So, here's another example. Somebody came to me. I just said, "Hey, this company's looking for a marketing director. It's $100,000 job." I took the job post. 97% of the tasks all could be done by an agent. The company didn't realize it yet. So there you go. I'm just, so you walk into a space and you're dealing with it like it's yesterday. And then there's that 25-year-old or my son walking in the door. He's pulling the legs up from all of us. All right. Well, listen. Hey, Kai, Jimmy, Melissa, who's behind the buttons right now? Are we making the call? Am I doing the monologue? Or are we going to get out of here and go over to what the truck? I went a little bit longer with Whitaker this morning. All right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We are going to drop the monologue today. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. And we got what the truck dropping up here in 4 minutes on the network. Paul, Adam, Josh Kent, the Experience Platform, What the Truck, dropping in a few minutes. And guys, stick around for this, man. This is fun. I worked hard to put this one together for these guys, and they are going to be doing some really cool shit. My point is, we've rebuilt the show around what guys like you and I that want to know what these awesome veterans do when they go out into the field. Right. So, for example, when you dropped into Venezuela to go capture Maduro, what was that all about? And I'm not suggesting we're going to learn that stuff, but we're going to talk about some really cool shit on the brand new What the Truck show with Paul, Adam, and Josh. Josh is going to be our guest today, and they're going to feature some really good topics and conversations and talk experiences. They're heading to Detroit at the end of June for a chopper experience, a race car experience. So coming up in 3 minutes on the network, we got What the Truck. Yes. Good time. My son has a few businesses having him manage a website. He's trying to explain they won't have one in the future. It's true. Yeah, or it's going to be different. That is absolutely for sure. Good time says, do you think they will go universal income in the future or have to? I don't know, man. It's fascinating to me. Or is Elon just going to be cutting checks to everyone, Charlie? Maybe just Elon's cutting checks. Is that what it is? Maybe he's just cutting the checks. I don't know. It's fascinating to me. Okay, guys, listen, we're back at it tomorrow. We are back at it tomorrow right here live. We start off, of course, 7:30 with Maddie on Kindness Rising. He's coming up on his 1 year anniversary, man. 1 year in 1 month from now. So go check out Roofy at 7:30. And then back with us tomorrow. I believe we got a guest on the show tomorrow, guys. We got Kai. We have somebody tomorrow on the show. We have, yes, I'm just going to quickly pull up his name. Is it Martin, I think, tomorrow? Hang tight there, nation. We've got Mark Anthony. Yes. No, not Mark Anthony from Van Halen. No, a different Mark Anthony. Joining myself and John live on tomorrow's Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. 8 o'clock right here on the big show. Of course, 7:30 with Matt. Stick around. Paul, Adam, and Josh are tuning in for What the Truck. We'll see you guys later, guys. Ciao, ciao. I'm out of here.